ये अपना संजीवन है।
Hi friends, let's tune in with the second part with the story The Tiger King. I shall be explaining the story in detail, so pay attention and kindly do listen carefully. The king killed the first tiger. From that day, the tigers in Pratibandpuram had a nice time as the kingdom banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. No one was allowed to kill a tiger other than the Maharaja himself. The law was so strict that an official announcement was made that if anyone was caught killing a tiger or even throwing a stone at a tiger, his wealth and property would be taken away by the kingdom of Pratibandhapuram. The king of Pratibandhapuram took an oath that he would attend to all other matters of the kingdom only after he had killed 100 tigers. In the beginning, it seems that he would achieve his target very fast. It was not that he feared the tiger. When the king went on his hunting expeditions, he faced a danger many times. At times, his bullet missed its target. The tiger jumped upon him. The king would fight with the tigers barehanded, but each time he won and killed the tiger. The writer tells us another instance when King Jangjang Bahadur was about to lose his throne. A high ranking British officer visited Pratibandhapuram. He was fond of hunting tigers and he wanted to get himself photographed with the dead tigers. He wanted to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram also, but as the Maharaja had banned killing tigers by any other person, he did not give permission to his British official also. He offered him to go on any other hunting like a mouse or even a mosquito hunt, but refused to arrange a tiger hunting for this British officer. The British officer's secretary sent a message to the Maharaja that the Durai, that is the official himself, did not want to kill the tiger. The king could kill the tiger. He only wanted to get himself photographed with the dead body of a tiger. But the king did not agree to this proposal also. He said that if he relaxed his decision and allowed the official to get himself photographed with the dead tiger, then other British officers would also come to Pratibandhapuram in order to fulfill their wish of a hunting tiger. As the king had refused a British officer from fulfilling his wish, he was in danger of losing his kingdom. The king had discussion with his minister over this issue. The king sent a telegram to a famous British company of jewelers based in Calcutta. He asked them to send samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. The jeweler sent 50 rings, and the Maharaja sent all of them to the British officer's wife. He wanted to please her in order to make good the damage that he had done by refusing the official from going on a tiger hunt in his kingdom. The king had expected that the British officer's wife would choose one or two rings and return the others, but she just sent a reply saying thanks for the gifts, and she kept all the rings. After 2 days, the British jewelers sent a bill of a 3 lakh rupees for the 50 diamond rings as they had sent. The Maharaja was happy that he had saved his kingdom for the sum of 3 lakh rupees. The king was very successful in his tiger hunting missions. In a span of 10 years, he had killed 70 tigers. An unplanned problem stopped his mission. The problem was that there were no more tigers in Pratibandhapuram. The tiger creates humor when he says that maybe the tigers practice birth control activities and did not produce offsprings, or maybe they committed suicide. He also adds that it could be that they ran away from Pratibandhapuram because they did not want to be killed by an Indian, or on the other hand, they want it to be killed by the Britisher. One day, the king called his minister and waved his gun towards him. He said that he was yet to kill 30 more tigers. The minister was scared when he saw the gun and cried to the king that he was not a tiger, as he feared that the king might aim his gun at him. The king said that he was not foolish, that he would mistake the minister for a tiger. The minister was so scared that he added that he was neither a gun. The king said to him that he knew that he was neither the tiger not a gun, but on the other hand, the king had called his minister for another work. The king wanted to get married. The minister was so confused that he started speaking something in a silly way. He said that king already had two wives. If the minister married the king interrupted the minister and scolded him for speaking nonsense. He said that he had no reason to marry the minister and he did not want to marry the minister. He said he wanted a tiger. So the writer again creates a humor when he says that minister told the king that he should think over his decision. The minister adds that the tiger ancestors were married to a sword, and so if he wanted, he could marry the gun. By marrying a tiger and getting a tiger queen for the kingdom of Pratibandhapuram was not a good thought. He added that a tiger king was enough for the state and they did need a tiger queen. This was very hilarious, and the Maharaja started laughing. He said that he did not want to marry either a tiger or a gun, but he wanted to marry a girl from another kingdom. He asked his minister to make a list of all the kingdoms and the number of tigers they had. Next, the minister was supposed to find out if there was a girl worth marrying in the royal family of a state which had a large number of tigers. The minister followed the orders and he found the right girl from the state which had a large number of tigers. So every time King Jang Bahadur visited his father in law, and he would kill 5 or 6 tigers in the kingdom. In this manner, the king killed 99 tigers, and the skin of a tigers decorated the walls of the lobby hall of the Pratibandhapuram palace. As the Maharaja has killed 99 tigers and he was to kill just one more to complete his total of 100 tigers, he became very anxious and curious to kill the 100th tiger. All through the day and night, he kept on dreaming of killing the 100th tiger. The tiger's population in the king's father in law's kingdom had also finished. He could not find a single tiger anywhere. The king was very desperate for one single tiger that he could hunt, after which he would give up hunting as he would not fear tigers any longer. He was reminded of late astrologer's word that he was supposed to be very careful with the 100 tiger that he hunted. And the king agreed that tigers were uncontrolled animals and so he had to be cautious of it. But he was not able to find the 100 tiger that he could kill. The writer again creates a humor by saying that it was easier to find tiger's meal in the kingdom rather than an alive tiger. This made the king very sad. His sadness came to an end when he got the news that a hillside village ship was disappearing were very fast. Even ships were disappearing and number was reduced. There were two people in the kingdom Khader Mensahib and Virasamy Naikar, who could swallow whole ship. As this was not their job, so it was calculated that there was a tiger at work. The villagers were very excited and they informed the king about it. The Maharaja was so happy that he exempted the villages from all taxes for 3 years, set out to hunt this tiger. The king could not locate the tiger easily, and it seemed as if the tiger was hidden in order to go against the king's desire of killing the tiger. But the king was very determined. He did not leave the forest until he would find the tiger. With the passing days, he became very angry and was affirmed to kill the tiger. In his anger, he removed many officers from the kingdom. One day, in his fury, he called the minister and ordered him to increase the land tax to double. He felt that by doing this, the people would become unhappy and his kingdom would become a part of Indian National Congress. By doing so, the minister would also resign from his post. This was the king's way of threatening the minister. The minister realized that the king was very angry and he thought that if the tiger was not found soon, he could lead to destruction. The minister found that the tiger that had been brought from the People's Park in Madras was hidden in his house. He felt relieved. The minister, along with his wife, pulled the tiger into his car and drove the car to the forest where the Maharaja was hunting. The tiger did not come out of the car, and the minister had a tough time pushing the tiger out of the car into the forest. The next day, the same tiger was spotted by the Maharaja. He was very happy to see the 100th tiger and he aimed at the tiger. The tiger fell down as if it had been shot dead by the king. He was overjoyed by to have killed the 100th tiger and had fulfilled his his oath. The king was happy to have killed the 100th tiger. He ordered that the tiger should be brought to the capital in a grand procession and went away in his car. After the king had left, the hunters took a closer look at the tiger and saw that it was alive. They realized that the king's bullet had missed the tiger. The tiger had nearly fainted due to the shock as the bullet had passed close to it. The hunters were confused what to do, and so one of them aimed at the tiger and shot it dead. Then the hunters followed the tiger's orders and took the dead tiger to the town in a procession. It was buried, and a beautiful tomb was erected on the tiger's grave. After a few days, the son's third birthday was celebrated. Till that time, the king had been so engrossed in tiger hunting that he had never spent any time with his family. Now, as he had fulfilled his oath of killing 100 tigers, he gave his attention to his child. King Jang Bahadur wanted to give a special gift to his son on his birthday, and so he went to the shopping center in Pratibandhapuram. He searched every shop but could not find any suitable gift for his son. Finally, he saw a wooden tiger in a toy shop and considered it to be the perfect gift. The wooden tiger cost only 2.25 annas, but the shopkeeper knew that if he quoted such a low price to the king, he would punish him. So the shop owner told the king that the wooden tiger was a perfect example of craftsmanship and that it cost a mere 300 rupees. The king was very happy and he said that this was a shop owner's gift to the crown prince. He took the tiger with him. The king and his son played with the wooden tiger. The tiger had been made by an unskilled carpenter, and it had tiny shavings of a wood pricking out of it. One of the shavings pressed the Maharaja's right hand. The Maharaja pulled it out and continued to play with the prince. The next day, there was a lot of infection in the Maharaja's right hand due to that shaving of wood that had pricked his hand. In a period of 4 days, the infection turned into a wound full of pus and spread all over the king's right arm. Three famous surgeons were called from Madras and they decided to operate upon the king. After the operation, the surgeons came out of the theater and said that the operation was successful and the Maharaja was dead. Here, the surgeon's words are contradictory because if the king died, it meant that the operation was unsuccessful, whereas they said it was successful. Actually, they were supporting the words of the astrologer. The wooden tiger was the 100 tiger that had killed the King Jung Bahadur and thus made the astrologer's prediction true. So, in this manner, the 100 tiger took revenge upon the Tiger King and killed him. Dear friends, after the story and after understanding the whole in detail outline story, so let me explain you some of the glossary new words with its meanings in the simple language. Adorn means decorated. Savage means uncontrolled. Vary, be cautious. Exemption means freedom. Obstinacy, obstinacy, firmness. Mounted, increased. Catastrophic, causing sudden great loss, damage, or suffering. Howl, pull or drag with efforts or a force. Supplication means pray. Then procession means parade. Then Anna means 1/16th of the rupee, 1/16th part of the rupee. Then the next word, gloom, sad, unhappy, dismayed, dismay, etc.